The president will visit tornado-torn Oklahoma on Sunday. He's going to get an up-close look at the damage left behind by that EF5 that hit more. Most of the 24 people killed Monday have been identified. 10 were children, including 2 infants. All of the people unaccounted for, they have been found alive. Fox 4's Calvert Collins has been in Moore, Oklahoma since Monday night. And today, Calvert, you and some other folks got into that hardest hit neighborhood. What did you see?
Well, Heather, it really was ground zero. It's amazing looking at that devastation that anyone survived. This is the bowling alley, and it has a couple of telling things. You know, it's just a pile of tin and steel, but below it, you can even see the alley lanes that are virtually untouched, and we saw that throughout this neighborhood. And we noticed something else. Nothing is where it belongs. A truck wrapped around a tree, a mangled street sign lying in a yard, a torn American flag hanging on a branch.
I have a car in my backyard that I don't know, and I have a truck in my front yard that I don't know who it belongs to.
The residents of 146th Street are all accounted for, helping each other comb through the piles of wood and debris for photos, Bibles, and other personal items.
My wife passed away last year. I had just set up a memorial photo album for her on Sunday night and put it out there. And that was the one thing that I was really looking for. And we found it just before we went home last night.
Monday's tornado was the cap to an awful year for Scott Balliet. After his wife's death in June, his family in New York lost their homes in Hurricane Sandy. Then his stepmother was diagnosed with cancer. He's very ready to move on, but could spare a laugh when uncovering a surprising item in the rubble.
We found one of the little bottled tornado in a bottle that survived. That had to be the funniest thing that we found.
Next door, 7-year-old Lauren Matthews is taking pictures, documenting the damage so she can put those photos on the wall of her new house.
It kind of feels a little miserable, too.
The second grader survived the tornado's assault on her elementary school, Briarwood. She remembers running through her family's house Sunday night. Now she stands on top of it.
And we're trying to get everything that we can, because our house is like this, so it'll take about 2 years or 1 year to replace it.
Tomorrow was supposed to be Briarwood's last day of school, but it may be a reunion of survivors, and Lauren wants to be there.
I'm just going to check on my friends and say, are you okay? They took your house? And I'm just going to say, is there anything you need? Most of us know only if we stick together we'll get through this.
Just like I mentioned earlier, these bowling balls, just some of the small pieces that have survived that massive EF5 tornado, 200-mile-an-hour winds. It's truly amazing. But, you know, we saw as we pulled into this parking lot right off of I-35, lines of huge heavy equipment, big dump trucks. Heather, that's because those are going to start collecting the debris. We've already seen a little of it. It's just getting them all into the neighborhoods. One other thing, part of the disaster relief efforts, 2 local celebrities, basketball player from the Oklahoma City Thunder, Kevin Durant, has donated $1 million to the Red Cross efforts here. And then hometown boy Toby Keith, country music star, is also starting a huge team in that disaster relief to help his hometown.
Yeah, he lives actually not too far from one of the hardest hit areas there in that neighborhood, and his grandmother too. All right, Calvert Collins, thank you much.